Morning. You got my ugly mug again this morning.
Sorry?
I was saying they've got my ugly mug again this morning.
Don't be silly. We've got the lovely Marion joining us again, which is absolutely lovely. So a huge welcome, Marion, and a huge welcome to all of you watching us live, watching on replay, and also watching on YouTube. So lovely to see you. This is Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. We go live at 10 o'clock most days except a Wednesday when we're at 8 o'clock at night, and we have the day off on Friday and Sunday. So a huge welcome, and this is your online knit and natter group, 19 weeks, and we're on episode 94 today. So I hope you've brought your knitting with you and a cup of tea. Hang on, let me grab mine.
Yeah, I must get a Gogglefrogs mug, Angela.
Sorry?
I must get a Gogglefrog. That was just like a waiter. He says to you, "Is everything nice? Just did you take it?"
Yeah. And it's just like, where on earth is my dribble thing? You know, that is a napkin to everyone else, but when the waiter's just at you, it's like, where's my dribble napkin? Yeah. So yeah.
Talking about that, have you seen those fantastic things you can put around your neck with two little clips on, and you can clip a napkin to it?
I've seen them on a film or something. I've never seen them in reality.
Yeah, I've seen them on board ship, and these gentlemen get them out. It's usually a gentleman, and they pin it here, and they have this massive, great square of damask. They've usually got quite a rotund expanse.
I must get one, because the number of times my hubby has drops his lovely chili sauce on his top, and then I have to get the ace bleach out to get rid of it. So we must get some for when people come round, so it doesn't have to change halfway through eating. So oh, and Brigitte says the dentist used to use them once upon a time. Do you know what? Yes, they did, didn't they?
They did.
I've forgotten all about that. We'll go through the chat in a little while, but isn't it amazing how we can still chat even though we're not all seeing each other? You see us, but we can't see you. But we can still have that conversation, can't we? So, yeah, Marion, we're going to be chatting about. Marion has nearly finished her project that she's doing, so she's going to be showing you that in a minute. We'll show you the music first, so everybody gets a chance. And I asked her a question just as we were going live, and I said, I'll ask you it like after the music, was how many hours a day do we spend knitting? So I think that would be really good for all of us to say how long we spend knitting.
Let's think about that and do the answer after we've seen what Robert's chosen us for today.
I know. Sure
it's going to be amazing. I don't know where he gets all his fabulous inspiration from.
I know.
I just amazes me.
Oh, I know. I love it. Like, there's some that I've never heard before, some that I've just forgotten. So that's really good. So we'll just do a few good mornings. So that's good morning, Safi. Good morning, Marion. Marion, Robert said to me he sent you an email, so if you can email him back. I don't know what the email is, but he just asked that. So good morning, Marion. Good morning to Linda. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Jean. And good morning, Jackie. Our purple queen, because she loves all. But if you've ever been anywhere near yarn with Jackie, if there's any purple, that's the colour she's going to buy. Always. And good morning, Georgie. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Brigitte. And then good morning, Marion, who is co-hosting today, which is absolutely fabulous.
Oh, and good morning, Tricia. She's just joined us.
Good morning, Tricia. And this is what happens. So we have people coming in. You know that nobody's ever late for Gogglefrogs. It works around our lives. So what I'm going to do now is, if we go on to mute, and I will play today's music. So let's see what Robert's chosen for us today. Thank you ever so much in advance.
She's done it again.
I miss it. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that. What a lovely, 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 lovely song to start the day
He's
with.
amazing, isn't he, Roy Orbison? Just amazing.
I know, and that film is just incredible, isn't it? It's just one of the best films of all time, and one of those lovely films that teaches about
acceptance.
And not judging people, and yes, and that I don't know what your favourite bits are of that film, but the dental floss is always a real stark reminder, and then when she goes back into the shop.
Oh yes, yes.
Look what you could have had.
Yeah,
too damn arrogant.
I like Roy Orbison with Ringo Starr and is it Johnny Cash in the Travelling Wilburys?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, I know it's Ringo Starr. I'm pretty sure it's Johnny Cash. Somebody will put me right. But they are amazing. Oh, Tom Petty as well. Tricia said yes.
Oh right, okay.
Tom Petty, Roy Orbison, Ringo Starr, and I forgot Johnny Cash. They were the Travelling Wilburys.
Oh right.
They got. I think I'm right in saying they got together as friends just to have a jamming session, and then they went on to become, well, very, very successful. Oh, it was George Harrison, not Ringo. Thank you, Brigitte. I knew it was one of them. But have I got the story right about them being together? I'm not sure.
Sure you have.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. But isn't it incredible how people can just think, oh, we'll do something. This is a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And how many years later they're still going strong, put a smile on everyone's faces with their music. So yeah.
Bob Dylan. Yes, Sally, you're right. It's Bob Dylan.
Oh, is it?
I knew between us we'd get the four of them. Tom Petty. Oh, Jeff Lynne as well. How many were there then? I thought it was only 4. I know it was Roy Orbison and one of the Beatles. So I got Ringo Starr wrong. That was George Harrison.
Oh, Sally says there's 6.
6? Oh, I thought it was only 4. Oh, well.
Oh.
I'm happy to be corrected. More than happy to be corrected.
That's the one good thing, isn't it? Because if we were all chatting in one of our knit and natter groups, we'd have just had this conversation. But we can still have it.
If we were out as well.
Huh?
That's exactly what would happen if we were out as well. We'd mention something and have I gone wrong? No, I haven't. I always hate it when you're on 4 needles and the first stitch on the first new needle is a purl stitch. If you're doing rib, it's so much easier if you're doing a knit stitch.
I don't know. I've only ever done 4 needles once, and that was on that yarn tellier hat that I did, that little beret, which is beautiful. I love the wool, but I'm really I don't feel comfortable with 4 needles, and I persevered with with a circular needle with the 40 centimetre for as long as I could until I thought, no, I've really got to go to 4 needles.
4 centimetre circular. I feel as I'm and we've got various numbers here for the Travelling Wilburys. I thought it was 4. Brigitte says 5, she just looked it up. Sally says 6 with Bob the drummer. Linda says 7 according to Google, and Tricia, bless us, put the links up.
So you know what's going to happen? There's going to be so many hits on the Travelling Wilburys today. Everyone's going to be listening to them as well.
Yeah, well, why not? Why not?
I know. So, well, that's good. Let's catch up with the chat, because I think we've got a couple of conversations that I'm sure that we can have today about length of time we spend knitting each a day. Some good mornings from Brigitte. Good morning from Georgie. Good morning, Deborah. Morning. Brigitte says it's the dynamic duo again.
Well, I'm not getting my pants out, that's for sure.
Your pants?
Well, yeah, as in Superman and Batman.
I thought I'd missed something then.
No, I've not got that run right, haven't I?
Yes, you have. Oh dear.
If I don't make 2 faux pas, I'd have to make another one, wouldn't I?
Oh, that's what Gogglefrogs is all about. It's about being ourselves, isn't it? Let me go. Wow, there's so much.
Hello, Catherine, again.
Hello, lovely to see you again. Yeah, morning all from Catherine. Brigitte says Angela has been to the waiter school. Yes. About when you always ask just as if put the soup in their mouth, or a mussel or something like that. It's always hilarious, isn't it? Morning, ladies, from Safia. Good morning. Morning all. Lovely to see you both from Jackie. Brigitte, the dentist used to use them. Yeah, we're talking about the bibs, aren't they? Lobster bibs, says Safia.
That one up, I think.
I have no idea. Thank you for letting us know. They're called lobster bibs. Yeah, that would make sense because they were like little pegs, weren't they?
Yeah.
They look like a tiny, tiny little metal peg. So that's really good. Linda says, good morning, everyone. Trisha says, morning all. Good to see you both. Fab tune. Brigitte, another one of those when you hear those notes and no. Yes. Jackie says, brilliant song and a great film as well. Absolutely. Brigitte says, oh, that was brilliant. Roy Orbison had a very sad and tragic life despite his success. Do you know what, Brigitte? I'm now going to have to go onto Wikipedia after this and find out about Roy Orbison. But who was the other one who it was It Get It Right Next Time, the one that we played a few weeks ago, who sang Baker Street? I can't remember his name. He had a tragic life as well. And as a lot of creative artists are absolute geniuses, but they're unfortunately in their life, I think they just feel something's missing. So I don't know what Roy Orbison's tragic life was, but I'm going to have a look at that now. Trisha says, never seen the film. Pretty Woman is one of those films to watch, and at the end it makes you feel really, really warm inside. Gives you a big
like
smile.
a Cinderella ending, isn't it?
It is, and you do cry at the ending, even though no one admits to it. Oops, sorry, I should have said spoiler alert, but and then we've got lots about Tom Petty and George Harrison, not Ringo, Bob Dylan, Jeff Lynne, 6, Bob Drummer, 5, 7, the Travelling Wilburys. So we had all of that. Good morning, Anne. Morning's joiners. Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan, George Harrison are on a cover of a record. So there's probably some people who came and went, and then there's the people who were in the band all the time. Catherine says, hello, ladies. Brigitte, thank you very much. Jerry Rafferty, yes, he had quite a...
Jerry and the Pacemakers? Or am I going back too far?
I don't know.
I don't either.
But Jerry Rafferty, I really like him. It's really nice to drive to, shall we say. So you have certain tunes that you just love.
I got it wrong again.
And then Brigitte says there were a couple of documentaries about Roy on BBC4 a while ago. If shown again, worth watching. Wrong, Jerry Marion. But that's really good to know. So thank you. You never know, they might be on BBC iPlayer. I'll have a look. And sometimes they're on YouTube, but that'll be really interesting. But so many of them have had a bit of a sad time. And Robert,
hello.
He's watching from work. Hello, Robert. I hope
I better be on my best behaviour then, hadn't I?
I hope you've got a nice cup of tea and a nice Danish pastry, because your where you all eat at work looks really nice, and they do nice pastries. So I hope you've got something nice. And just think, Robert, it's episode 95, and you're going to be with us tomorrow evening. Yay! And I'm going home tonight. Late.
Who said they didn't want me on their quiz team? or did they delete the message? It was on, and then I saw that, and they said, "I don't want Marion on that." No, I'm not getting good at pop music.
Oh, Robert's got no. Robert's got
Linda.
no Danish. Linda, don't want Marion on my. But the thing is, sometimes you need a decoy, because sometimes the people who say stuff out loud decoys, and then the team at the next table write that down, but it often prompts you to get to the right answer. So on your table. So
thing is, Linda, I might know something about something else.
I know. Good morning, David. Hope you're well in the north. So lovely to see you again. And Robert says, have you played the music? Yes, we've been having lots of chat about it. Everybody loved it. Roy Orbison, Travelling Wilburys, talking about how many people were actually in the Travelling Wilburys. So really, really, really good music for today. Thank you very much, Robert. You always please us with the music. Except when it's something like Sash and you please me, but nobody else appreciates it. So thank you for that one all those weeks ago. So I did ask a question. Oh, David's saying it's chilly up here today, but at least the horrid rain has stopped. Yes, we're going out for fish and chips today. And if you've never had fish and chips in Leeds, oh my word. So we're going to the Weatherby Whaler today, people. We're going to the one in Pudsey. So my uncle's coming over with his girlfriend. So the four of us are going out for fish and flips. So they're absolutely delicious. Although I'll be having my gluten-free scampi and chips from there. So I can't wait. So let's hope it doesn't rain so we can get into the restaurant and then get out of the restaurant. But that's what we're doing today. David says, with scraps, if they can give me some gluten-free scraps, absolutely. And for anybody who is from anywhere other than Yorkshire, when you have your fish and chips, you know all the little bits that come off the fish, the little crispy bits? Well, they're scraps. And you order a bag of scraps or a few scraps on top of your fish and chips. And that's how we eat them. So you always have batter scraps on top. And I know people think, but that's the stuff that you throw away. No, it's delicious. So if ever you're cooking stuff in a fryer at home, or if you go to a Yorkshire place, do ask for the scraps. So yes, I will. And I'll be having Yorkshire caviar as well, which is mushy peas.
Oh, mushy peas. You can't be good mushy peas. Those that come out of a tin aren't worth having.
Yeah. And Linda says they call them better bits. Lovely. Oh, that's brilliant. And Sally says we call them scribbles. So yeah, we've got scraps. And just to let you know that the last parcels, the last home delivery parcels are getting delivered tonight about 7:30. And I did say, Marion, Marion, not you, Marion, co-presenting, but if you can get back to Robert, he just had a little question. He sent you an email, so that would be lovely. Yes, and batter, any batter is absolutely delicious, isn't it? I don't care what people say, but batter, and always done in lard or dripping. So, yeah, they're always done in lard or dripping. Do you know what? All I have at home, I cook in lard and dripping, and I use the dripping that's got the brown bits in, which we call mucky dripping. And it always makes me smile when I go into the farm shop and say, can I have 3 pots of mucky dripping, please?
You know that jelly underneath dripping?
Yeah.
When Richard and I were first married, he used to like that on either toast or in a sandwich.
I still have it. That's what we call mucky dripping. So they sort of you can either buy that with the thing underneath, or they seem to mix it up so it's like marbled all throughout once it goes
cold. His mum used to buy a joint of beef, and that was what was left over. And I couldn't. My father wouldn't eat fish and chips unless it was the chips and were fried in dripping. But Richard to this day complains bitterly that I don't buy beef which has enough fat on it to make the
I agree. So it used to be this thick, and now you're lucky if you've got that much fat. So yeah, I agree. And I still have mucky dripping on toast with a bit of sea salt on top. I have that all the time. My husband wonders what on earth that stuff is. He doesn't actually believe I eat dripping, but I do. So
Yeah, Richard does as well. I can't personally think of anything worse. But
well, I tell you what, if I'm going to the farm shop, I will pick him up a little pot of mucky dripping.
thank you. He will be your slave for life.
So yeah, and it's those things, and they do the best pork pies in the world as well. And Robert, I will get you some pork pies, etc. So yeah.
Now, me, I like pork scratchings.
Oh really?
Not those flavoured things.
Yeah.
The real thing that you've done at home, you know.
Yeah. Robert's saying yuck dripping.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's out of this world. I remember going to my nan's because they were a family. She had 9 children, and on a Sunday there was a massive great pot about this big. You know what you used to do a steamer pudding with, and that's how big the dripping pot used to be. So I'm sure what she did was probably do several beef joints or whatever, because there were 9, 10, 11 of them, plus girlfriends and wives. So we could easily have about 20 odd people for Sunday dinner when I was little at her house. But the dripping pot was just incredible in the larder. And that's when we do our extension. I have to have a larder so I can put my dripping pot in it.
My mother-in-law used to have a special pot just to put the dripping in.
Really? So I love Trisha's saying bread and dripping used to be a Sunday treat. Then somebody said, oh, let's have a quick look. Bread and dripping used to be a Sunday treat from Trisha. We called it mucky fat, Safia. Yeah, we called it mucky dripping. So weird. Scranchums in Dorset, where Deborah grew up. Brilliant. Marion, great. You've emailed Robert back, so that's fine. We just want to make sure that you get your stuff. It's fine. Brigade wants to go back to the Travelling Wilburys. There was a Jim Keltner and a Danny Harrison joining them sometimes.
Is that George Harrison's son, Danny Harrison?
Don't know. I don't know. And then back to the whole food thing, because you know how much I love food. Jean says, you've got to have the jelly on pork pie. I love bread and dripping. Yeah, up here as well, up in Yorkshire, whenever it's bonfire night, the one dish that we always have is pot pork pies. So you warm them all in the oven, and then you put mushy peas on top, Yorkshire caviar, and mint sauce. Sounds weird, but it is one of the best things you'll ever have. And I think then over in Barnsley, their traditional pie is mincemeat and onion. And I know when we've gone over there and ordered pie and peas, it's been minced beef pie, and then you have lots of Yorkshire caviar on top. And again, I think they also put some gravy on, and also the mint sauce. So again, northern delicacies.
The best mushy peas I ever had was in Burton-on-Trent.
Really?
From a little fish and chip shop just down the road from where a friend of mine lived.
Oh,
best ever.
I love mushy peas. Absolutely.
So do I'm quite happy to have my fish and chips without the chips, but with a dirty great bowl of mushy peas.
Right, Jean, I'm just going to say, so impressed with you. Jean says she has a fat basin in the fridge, fat at the top, jelly at the bottom. Go, Jean. Love that. Brigitte says yes. Robert says, got to go again. Oh, boo-hoo. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, Robert.
Bye, Robert.
Hear you. You be with us. That was brilliant. Brigitte says, I never got to like mint sauce on mushy peas. Well, we are all different, and that's what makes us.
You've never had them in the right place.
And Deborah says, love toast and dripping. It brings back memories of my nan. It was one of those special things. Oh, do you know what I did the other day for my breakfast? And I thought, I haven't got much bread left, much gluten-free bread left. So I'm going to just do a little bit of bread. And I have to be gluten-free. I do eat gluten every so often because I want to. And I am ill. And I am so tired for days. But never mind, it's my choice to do that. But a pork pie every so often, I've just got to do it with proper pork pie. Anyway, I made myself a piece of bacon, 2 fried eggs, and fried bread. Oh, it was out of this world. And we're just going back to having fried bread because the bread was stale. So I thought, oh, well, I'll make it into a little bit of fried bread rather than toast. It was delicious. So fried bread with an egg on top, mucky dripping on toast, fish and chips with scraps. I'm loving this, and of course I'm having fish and chips after this, or scampi and chips. So anyway, that
Oh, dearie me.
that's funny. So we were
How did we get onto this conversation, by the way, about fish and chips and scrappy bits.
I said I'm off for fish and chips after this. So
that's right.
Can I just say, this is how important food is in my life. There's 3 things I'm doing today. I'm going home later tonight. I'm going out for fish and chips. And we're off to choose a new car. New car's not even been mentioned. That's how interesting that is. Fish and chips we've talked about for ages, haven't we? So a car is 4 wheels. It gets us from A to B. That's it.
The most important thing we did yesterday was buy a new toilet seat.
Well, that's really good. I mean, they're important things, aren't they?
Yeah, the other one was cracked, just like its owner.
Well, we're in the right place for that, aren't we? Oh, well, I tell you what, I know that I could not be bothered to frog anymore because I didn't know where I'd lost me 1 stitch. So I just created an extra stitch and it's fine. So I'm back on track to finishing this. But I did say to Marion, because Marion, do you want to show people what you've almost finished, please?
Gordon Bennett. It's the boxy jumper. It's enormous. It's like a big square box with 2 holes, and you do the sleeves on, which aren't very long. Those are the sleeves. They're all of. Hang on, I've got my yarn in my dog bowl.
Yeah, the dog bowl that we're all going out to buy because it's the perfect cake bowl.
It's brilliant because it's so deep.
I'm off to buy one tomorrow. I'm telling you, Marion, I am getting one.
It's as deep as my middle finger. So it's perfect.
It is brilliant. We're being asked, could you show the jumper again, please, Marion? Because I think people want to admire this. This is the Norwegian jumper.
No, this is the Latvian yarn.
Latvian. The colours are amazing. Purples, orange. Is that green in there or grey?
Yeah, it's a bit like a rainbow, and you don't realise until you're actually going that the colours are changing. They change so subtly. It shows up better on a sleeve, actually. If you can see that, you can see it's going from green very, very gradually to this beautiful terracotta.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. It made up 2 massive great balls like this, cakes like that, and there was not 1 knot in the whole skein.
Where did you get the wool from, Marion?
Latvia.
It is from Latvia, right? I was just double checking.
Yeah, I got it from the market in Riga, and I think it cost me all of about £10.
So now everybody's going to be thinking, oh, can I do a little trip to Riga to the market so I can find
Riga is gorgeous. Art Nouveau buildings, you need to go before it becomes really, really touristy. It's UNESCO World Heritage Site for Art Nouveau. There's the most amazing museum there, full of Art Nouveau. My friend and I got there at 11 and we left as well, we were chucked out. And it's on 4 floors and there's a little cafe there. And it was just incredible. Adored Riga. Absolutely adored it.
So tell us about the wool in Riga then.
Well, this is pure wool and it feels very rough, but once it's knitted up, it should be very soft. Now, I think it was Georgie, won in the virtual regional day raffle, a Latvian mittens like a Latvian kit.
Yes.
I got that in Latvia, well, in Riga. There's a shop that just sells these mitten kits and sock kits to knit the Latvian way. And they come over to the UK and usually at Olympia. And there.
Yeah.
And I saw them there and they gave me their business card. And when I walked into the shop, they recognized me. I don't know why or how.
Oh,
but
wow.
that was lovely.
It is lovely.
So yeah, I spent. My friend went and sat in the cafe and had a couple of cups of coffee and read the paper which she'd bought. She can't go away without buying a daily paper, a UK paper every day. Whilst I spent a comfortable hour or so in a yarn shop.
I think that's a fair swap.
Yeah. But yes, I can thoroughly recommend Riga.
And so are there lots of market stalls or?
Well, I was amazed to see it actually on sale in the market. What I will say about this yarn is that there are bits of straw and that in with it.
Oh.
Which you can just pull out. And it's not twisted at all. It's just sort of, I don't know whether you can see. Where's the camera? You can see it doesn't twist.
Yeah.
It's just, so it's just being spun. So I don't know whether it's meant to be twisted, but I can't imagine anybody wanting to twist these amazing colours together to make something else. But yeah, I bought more. Brigitte says, blow the daily paper, especially when there are yarn shops. My friend doesn't knit. Anita doesn't knit. She doesn't cook either. So one could argue, how the hell are we friends? But we've been friends for, good Lord, 25 years now. And we both like things like Art Nouveau, which is why we get on so well. But we were going to ask everybody, weren't we, how long they spend every day knitting. So how about you, Angela?
At the moment, I haven't really knitted for about 3-4 days. But I will find that I pick knitting up and I'll do 2 or 3 rows and just can't get into it. And then suddenly I will knit for 10 or 12 hours until about 2 in the morning. So I don't actually knit every day. I think I've got to try and get more of a habit of doing an hour or 2 a day. But it's just been so busy the last 4 or 5 days. So I feel as if I haven't done anything. And I know knitting for like 10 or 12 hours is not good for me because then my thumbs hurt.
You can get RSI and that as well.
Oh, so I'm very that's what I tend to do. What about you? How often?
Well, with this, because I couldn't pick up round the arm, I let it. I dropped it and did nothing with it for about 3 days and did work on my aunt's cardigan instead. Then yesterday, after the show, I picked it up. I said to Richard, I'm shutting the door. I'm going to pick up these damn stitches if it kills me. And I sat quietly with the fan on and picked them up. And then once I'd done that, I was off. Sometimes, usually I'll knit for the evening from about 6:30 onwards. And sometimes during Gogglefrogs I'll knit, or if I'm on another Zoom meeting I'll knit.
Yeah.
But as we've got the builders in, I haven't done so much because they want cups of tea. And I've made them cake as well, and that's disappearing pretty rapid as well.
Oh, that's good. They work much better with lots of tea, biscuits or cake, don't they?
Yes. The thing is, I've made lemon drizzle cake.
Yeah.
And the Hairy Bikers recipe is pretty good. And I've followed it to the letter, and the cake comes out beautifully. But when I follow their recipe for doing the drizzle bit, whilst I get that nice crusty glaze on the top, it doesn't seem to go down the holes very well and get lemony. So what am I doing wrong, Angela?
Are you letting it cool down when it comes out of the...
No, because they say do it whilst it's still warm.
Yeah, so I do it straight away. But my little tip is, rather than using a skewer, use a knitting needle. So your holes are bigger. And then I just use a little, I dribble it at the top of the little holes. So so do you put holes all over the lemon drizzle cake?
Yes.
Yeah. With a skewer?
I've got wooden skewers I use that are about the same size as a 3.5 knitting needle.
So just if you're not getting enough inside, then just give it a bit of a wiggle, make the holes a little bit bigger, and just with a teaspoon, just pour it at the top of those little holes. Pour it slowly.
I did that.
Yeah, and it should go in. Just make your holes bigger. Or
granulated sugar.
Yeah, I used granulated sugar, and I always use double the amount of lemons that anyone suggests.
That might be it. They say only 3 tablespoons of lemon.
What?
Yeah, I did think it wasn't a lot.
I use at least that much lemon juice.
What, a whole cupful?
A whole mugful.
Right.
I use about 5 or 6 lemons in one cake.
Now this one just says 2 small lemons.
That I use 5 or 6 in one cake.
Then Linda's saying once you've drizzled the top, turn the cake over and do it on the bottom too.
I leave mine in. I always put mine in. I try and do it in a square tin, because then I just put like a skewer or a knife down the side, so the side of the cake is away from the greaseproof paper. The cake goes so moist. The bottom of the cake will be wet with the amount I put on. The sides are, the top is. Just use double the amount, triple the amount that they've suggested. But that's what I do. You really have to increase the sugar as well, and just keep dipping your finger in and tasting. Do like 5 lemons, then add sugar, and you keep dipping your finger in and taste it until it's like a lovely lemon sherbet. And when it tastes like lemon sherbet, that's the right lemon to sugar ratio. And you can't say how many tablespoons exactly, because some lemons are sweeter than others.
Yeah, Georgie's uses the same recipe as I've done.
Yeah. But if you want more lemon, just add more lemons.
Well, I'd prefer to have put gin in, but I don't really think I could do that. Are you going to go to the Facebook page, love?
Oh, my God. Right. You see, I was ready to go there until we started talking about cake.
I've been, yeah, it looks like rain here as well.
Right, okay.
It's come over quite dark here.
Has it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Let me just share my screen. It's quite nice here, but let's see how long that lasts for.
I'm casting off.
Are you?
Yeah, it's only 3 rows of rib.
Right, okay.
All
We're
right,
here now.
Catherine. The sun's shining. She's in Yorkshire, I think, Catherine.
Hey, yeah, it is sunny here. Yeah. So Fran's got Mash Up Monday. Local yarn shop, loved it, bought the pattern, extra yarn. Oh, that was Mondays. We showed that yesterday, didn't we?
No, I don't think we showed that one yesterday.
Did we not?
No, she posted quite late, I think.
Oh, right. Okay, that's lovely. Started it that evening, adapted the pattern by adding stitches to accommodate her beautiful self and decreasing them over a few times across the rows. Realised the pockets on the pattern pick are not actually pockets. What's the point of that? So added real pockets too. Had to rewrite the pattern for a sleeve top. Has knitted it several times, but it absolutely refused to be big enough to fit the armhole. Love the neck. So contacted Stylecraft about the problems with the pattern. Had several quite helpful to and fro's. Apparently their test knitter had no problems. Reknitted it 4 times, and then it worked. Well, I have to say, I love your version.
So do I.
The buttons are amazing, and I love the pockets as well. So yeah,
and
yours
matched the pockets. Have you seen?
I know.
The rib across the top
and around the cuffs, absolutely beautiful. So we love yours, and we absolutely think that yours wins hands down. Deborah says couldn't resist casting on some Gogglefrogs socks. I think we showed that yesterday, or did we just show the I can't remember whether we showed that yesterday, but here we are again. So well done. We can't wait to see what they look like. That is the Wool Winder and Swift. What? Can I just double check? We showed these yesterday, and I have refreshed my page. I'm going to refresh it again. I don't know if I've got a problem with Facebook, because I looked at a whole lot of other things on my phone this morning that I'm not seeing.
Oh, well.
Right, okay, let me just...
Jackie's had to go, got a phone call.
See you later, Jackie.
And Brigitta's had her parcel from Mothy and Squid.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Mm.
Right, sorry about that, folks. Don't know what happened, but here is that beautiful, beautiful jumper from Safi.
Oh, wow.
The owl jumper. I have seen that pattern. I love that pattern. And now I'm going to have to find out where my pattern is. It looks beautiful. And
I'm going to have to go in and have a closer look at that. I haven't seen Facebook this morning.
Yeah, and you can see the owls all around the top. That's beautiful. So well done, Safi. We love that. And then this is it arrived safe and sound. Thank you. Love the one on the parcel. I did wonder what the postman was giggling at. So if you're not aware, that's how our packaging comes out. So there's a little message on the back. So and a beautiful colour with the little frogs as well in there as well, the little golden or yellow frogs. Here's another picture. Thank you very much. And then on to Brigitta. Love this little picture from way back. I had been cross stitching for some years, but struggled with French knots for a long time. Then I went to classes at Riverside in Linslade with Maureen Plummer, our tutor, who showed her how easy they were. No more wobbly French knots. That is stunning.
Well, that's beautiful, Brigitte.
I know. So talented. And that's done.
Safia says that her jumper was really easy.
Oh, wow. So I may have to make one of those because I just love them. I think they're so pretty. So I might have to have a go at making one. Brigitte, we can tell when that's from because you sign and date them all. So that's 2002. Thank you. And then on to it's Throwback Tuesday, Froggers. And it is episode 94. So that's how I knew when it was.
Oh, look at that.
Look. Oh, knitted this little Fair Isle pullover for my only grandson. Got 5 granddaughters and 1 grandson to wear on one of our Yarndale trips back in 2017. Just look at that. Look
at the back.
Sheepy weepies. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Oh, thank you. And he is so cute as well. And look at that. Brigitte, amazing. I want that ice cream sundae. Now when I go for fish and flips after this, I am going to have a Knickerbocker Glory afterwards. Or I may have hot cherries with ice cream, but I'm having something. Thank you. And that is lovely. Absolutely lovely. On to Deborah. Throwback Tuesday. Knitted this for her husband for our Norwegian cruise last year. Definitely a labour of love. The birds are because he's a bird watcher, and the other motifs are all traditional Scandinavian. The pattern is Strange Brew by Tin Can Knits. We've mentioned Tin Can Knits a few times, haven't we?
Yeah. Can I ask, Deborah, have you ever bought yarn in Norway? And if so, what did you think? What do you think of it? And whereabouts in Norway have you purchased said yarn from?
Oh, I believe there's a conversation going to happen here. Have you bought yarn in Norway?
Is the Pope a Catholic?
Did you like it?
Oh yes, I do.
Oh,
but
right,
okay. Deborah's saying that her grandson's still cute, but he's a little monkey.
That's good though. It means they've got their own mind and a strong will. So that's really good.
Oh. Oh, look at that.
I know. So this is from Trisha. She couldn't decide, so she's got one of each.
I can't say I blame her.
I know, they're beautiful, aren't they?
I hope she hasn't provided the link.
Huh?
I hope she hasn't provided the link.
Oh, well, it's woolen stuff.
She has.
They are beautiful. So let's face it, we have so many projects on. We never have enough bags, do we? Yeah, and this is Fran's real close-up of the buttons, which work perfectly. Thank you so much, Fran. Do you know what? It's just with that splash of cream or gold running through it, it's centered so well, and it is so effective, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Just goes to show that the yarn sometimes has to be the star, doesn't it? You know, if you've got a beautiful, beautiful yarn like that, then you need a plain pattern. And then Safia's got a dead plain yarn, and then it makes the pattern stand out. And same with Deborah. She's used those beautiful contrasting colours, a dark blue and a white, and it goes pink, and they look absolutely stunning.
They do, all of them. They're incredible. And this one as well, talking about colours, from Linda, vintage style jumper for her daughter 7 years ago. It's a retro 1940s style with box sleeves, which don't quite work because it's just a bit too wide across the shoulders. But she loved it. I keep threatening to try and unpick the sleeve tops and refit it.
Linda, did you put in shoulder pads? If not, that might have worked.
Yeah,
Might have
but
had
it looks
to-
beautiful.
It looks stunning.
Absolutely stunning. I love it. Absolutely love it. And again, it's the colours, isn't it?
Yeah.
The contrast of that red. I don't know whether it's a pinkish red or a
Magenta.
purplish. Yeah, something like that, isn't it? It's not bright red. It's a beautiful pinky tone or purpley tone to it, but just with the contrast in white. And those antlers, how much detail have they got?
Gorgeous.
I've seen, prints that aren't that detailed. That is beautiful. So well done. Morgan Muffle. Why would we not show Morgan Muffle again? It's hilarious. Yeah. I think I put a note on there, yeah, because I got up at 4 yesterday to drive up to Leeds. And my husband did not remember me leaving. So when I said to him, see you at some point, he did respond, but is obviously still asleep. So he was a little bit like that at 4:30 in the morning yesterday. And I think we'd had those. There was a little anyone can knit. We've got a little what is it? Snake gonna knit. Oops, sorry. Sometimes does this, doesn't it? Right, so we had that. Then Helen says, oh yes, Helen wanted to say about her order from Shandy. She's been extremely helpful. She apologised for lack of the turquoise colour in the skeins she received and is producing another batch. And she'll have the option of exchange or return with a full refund. Who could ask for a better response? And I've been following Shandy now for several years. Must be a good 4 years. Her patterns are beautiful. Her husband has really changed the way that they write patterns out, so they're really long but clear. And she really does care about her customers. So I was really surprised with the different colours, but she really does care about people, and she's really proud of what she creates. So that's a really good response. So thank you.
I think the customer service there has been brilliant. I can understand, as I've said in my post, why Helen was disappointed with the colour.
Absolutely.
However, having seen the yarn is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I'd keep it if I'd keep both. I'd keep both.
Yeah,
I think the way Helen's going, but she will confirm or otherwise that.
Yeah, and just let us know what you do. And then Viv has just had these beauties delivered. Love the door hanger. Yeah, the door hanger was. I don't think there's another company doing it at all in the world. So I think it is just Gogglefrogs that have that free little hanger in there when you order wool, and that's some of the bamboozle and some of that fjord, so that'll look lovely.
And as I said yesterday, I still can't believe the time and effort and ingenuity it took you and Robert to do some of this stuff. I'd have never have thought in a million years of hanging a do not disturb sign on, but it's brilliant. And even my husband can see black on yellow writing. So
brilliant.
It's brilliant, absolutely amazing.
It's I always say 2 heads are always better than 1. And yeah, so we were just thinking one day and we said, should we do this? Yes. And it's just like, do you know what? It's just a lovely little smile touch. So yeah, so we love that. Everything we do, we've got to have something different. And this is new ceilings up and fully insulated. Support for the stud wall. I don't understand all of this, but the builder's doing his work. So builder said today, I don't think the drawers will take all of your wool. I worked that out on day 1. So I'm officially on a yarn diet as of today. That diet will probably last until I either go shopping with Brigitte or Jackie. So Brigitte and Jackie, you're a little bit of a bad influence with getting yarn. But
I think it's a two-way thing, to be perfectly honest. But if Jackie's gone, she cannot confirm or deny that. But
no,
Brigitte's there.
But that's looking good. That's looking good. And we're all here to get more yarn. Pamela's got her stitch markers. Lovely. Don't want to use them. Isn't that what always happens with the nice stitch markers? We never use them. They're always in a little tin or in somewhere safe, and we use these cheapy ones all the time, don't we? That's what I'm like. So you've got those, and we're just happy that you're enjoying them. All we want to do is make people smile. That's it.
Well, Brigitte's just said that Jackie would agree with her.
Oh. And Catherine asked about the website address to purchase items. So thank you, Brigitte. I think you put the yes, you did. Thank you very much.
And earlier on, Catherine said she'd been looking at the website. I hope she found lots of goodies to tempt her. I really must get some of those stitch markers, not the individual ones, but the set. If you've got any left, have you any left?
I think we have.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have. So yeah, and also I have put the new order through. So we did explain that if we went out of stock of certain things, then we'd replace them. So I'm waiting for confirmation of when they have fulfilled our orders. They are 3 days behind at the moment, which is, a shame, but we'll get it out this week to everybody, so don't worry.
Well, it's understandable in this time at this time, isn't it?
Yeah, and I found what we didn't want to do is because we can order more, we didn't want to say you couldn't order if it goes out of stock, because we know we can get it really quickly. But apparently there is a way that we can put it onto wait list. But I'm going home late tonight, and hopefully I am not a website developer, but hopefully I can work out how to do that without making the whole thing go kaput. And if not, it's just we don't really want to pay for website builders and developers.
No, I totally agree with you. I think you've ever said before, I'll be like a record player soon. I think you did a fantastic job. I couldn't have done it. I mean, I can't pull up Facebook. Robert had to talk me through how I could share a screen with pictures.
Okay, it's just one of those things. So apologies on the website stuff, but we're just getting everything done. Oh my word, it's 11:01.
And Catherine's just said, I love the stitch markers, and you can never have too many bags. Catherine, can I just say the big Gogglefrogs bag is amazing.
I use mine.
Tracy has washed hers because she managed to break some eggs in it, and it's been great. Mine's during the stash, but I do use the bag. But I think if you can get some dog bowls with Gogglefrogs.
Do you know what? I've got, that's the thing. We'll have a look for dog bowls. But this is what I use, because yarn cakes always go to pieces. So I keep them in a carrier bag at all times, because then they don't fall off. So that is my cheap tip. Just use a bag. But I am definitely getting a dog bowl. And we will
Make
see.
sure it's deep. It's got to be
a deep one. Yeah, big dog bowl.
And you can get different sizes as well.
You never know. We might even be able to find. Do you know what? If you can check this out, this will be brilliant. I know we're over time, but it's really important. You know those big balls of marble that everyone has?
Yes.
There is no yarn bowl big enough for a ball of marble.
There isn't.
So we'll have to check and see if that dog bowl does it. So
no, it won't.
It won't. Okay. Well, never mind.
Mind you, I will look and see if I can get a dog bowl for a Great Dane.
Anyway, we are over time. I am so sorry we've overrun, but I hope you've enjoyed spending your time with us today. We've got I've got, I think, 1.5 rows knitted today. Unfortunately, Still not able to drive and knit at the same time. I do not have a chauffeur, and you're not allowed to have a Tesla that drives itself, driving the car for itself on its own in the UK.
Well,
So
I've done 3 rows and cast it off.
yay!
Just
Congratulations.
got to pick up the next stitches. Lovely to see everybody again. Husband is hovering, which means I need to go out.
Yeah, I've got fish and flips nearly. So we will see you tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow's show is at 8 p.m. at night. So you can bring a cup of tea, coffee, water, or you can bring a G&T or a glass of wine with you. G&T. So we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye. Joy.
There we go.